Hello, I'm live. Everybody join me. Let's have fun today. So I came in early just to make sure that everything works out here. I'm going to try and do mostly talking, but in between, if somebody asks me a question, I want to be able to go to my Quickbooks tabs to demonstrate whatever they are looking for. At any point in time. So that's why I have the screen up here, just in case. So if you're just joining me, I know I'm early, so I'm going to wait here for a few minutes. You can go ahead and send me your questions if you're joining me now. So I'll make sure that I cover your questions. So let's see. Make sure that everybody can see. Yes, you can see. All right, so I'll wait here, have some fun. Wait. And then we'll start right on time. I see somebody joining me. So go ahead and put in your questions. I want to talk about treating people well in business. So if you have any particular questions, I'm talking about employees, your customers, your vendors, your suppliers. So go ahead and put in your question in there for me, or send me a PM if you want it private. Go ahead and send me a private message. I'll check on here to make sure that I answer your question. Okay, there we go. It's 12 o'clock. Okay, so today I want to talk to everybody about treating your people properly. Your number one priority should be your employees, because I know a lot of people tell you customer is always right. But for the customer to be right, your employees have to be in the right mindset to take care of your customers. So the first thing is that when you hire someone, do you give them the proper training to do their job? Because I've come across people where they dread going to work because they are not properly trained to do their duties, and they stress how they're going to get their duties done. So my first advice to any employer out there, or any entrepreneur who bring on board a VA, or you bring on staff members to help you, make sure that they have the proper skills. If you hire them and they already have the skills, beautiful. But if they don't, you owe it to yourself and to society, sanity, to give them the proper training. If you train them, they will be doing your work with such joy because they know what they are doing. So they will come to work with such, joy, ready to tackle the job. If they are on the job and they know what they are doing, the feeling will transfer to your customers, because the employees are happy to be there. They know what they are doing. They are not stressing, and then they will treat the customers properly. I personally, when I go to a store and the employees are struggling and they have to call somebody, they don't know what they are doing, I may not go back to that store, because that tells me the employer has not trained the people properly. Take some time to train your people so that they can get the job done. Hi, Free. Thank you for joining me. You have to treat your people right. So train your employees properly. Train your VAs properly. If you have to pay for a course for them to know what they are doing, it's a deductible expense. So why won't you pay for them? Give them the proper training so they will do your job with such joy. Because if they do with such joy, whatever they do, they will give you 100%. If there's anything as 110%, they will do it because they love what they are doing. And so treat your people properly. The second, after the training them properly, the second thing is pay them with said joy. Because if they didn't do that work, it will take you so much time to perform what you are doing. And so when you hand it over to a VA or you have an employee on your facility helping you, if they were not there, you will be the one doing all this work. And say your billing rate is, say, $50. You hire them at $10 to do it. That frees you up to do $50 work to grow your business. You see what I'm saying? So you have to show them respect and appreciate what they do, pay them happily because they are there to help you grow your empire, so to speak. So I want you to take care of your people by training your employees or your assistants or your VAs or whoever. Train them properly, pay them with such joy so that they will be happy to work with you. Pay them fairly also. Don't try to wiggle your way out trying to pay them as minimum as you can. Yes, you want to save money. You can shop around you want, but don't try to cheat somebody just so that you can, get more in your corner. If you treat them fairly, the universe will see that you are treating people fairly, you are paying people fairly, and it will give you more. But if you cheat somebody, the universe will also cheat you. It's just karma. It goes around. So you got to treat people fairly, pay people fairly. All right. The other thing I want to talk about is your vendors and your suppliers. They bring their products to you so that you do whatever you need to do with it, and then you sell it to your customers. Without your suppliers, you won't be able to do what you need to do. So what point does it make for you to try to pay them unfairly or delay their payment so that they are struggling to pay their employees and they are struggling to pay their bills? And if they feel that you are not treating them properly, they may not want to do business with you. You see what I'm saying? So if somebody has ill feeling about you, it will transfer to your business. They will not feel good. For me, I'm all about feeling good. I like everybody around me to feel good. So I try, if in a supplier like a telephone company or any place that I go buy my stuff, you have to treat the customer service person there fairly. You treat them with respect. And so if you do that, all the feeling will come back to you also. All right. So treat your employees properly, train them properly, pay them fairly, pay your customers fairly, your suppliers and your vendors. You be fair. Try to be fair. Don't try to cheat your vendors because it's not going to work well for you. Whatever they do for you, the feeling will go into the items. It's kind of weird, I know, but it really, really the feeling transfers to the product that they are handing over to you because you cheated them out. So they don't feel good. Recently, I was watching a video on YouTube about tomato farmers in Ghana. And the feeling of pain I saw in the farmer's face, that the ladies from the market who buys the tomatoes from the farm from them don't pay them fairly. And you could feel the pain in her. She's sitting there looking at the tomatoes and saying, they did not pay me fair for it. And I really don't like to deal with them. I wish there is another way. That is not good. Transfer back to here if you're in the USA. I mean, I have audience all over, so I'm talking general. But if you're in the USA, Australia, UK, wherever you are on the face of this planet, if you buy something and you know the item is, say, $20 and you offer to pay the person $2 because you know the person is desperate. You take the $20 item, you do something to it, you go sell it for, say, $100. That's an exaggeration. How do you think the person that you bought it at $2 from see that you are selling it for $100? I know that's capitalism and all that stuff. I get it. But if you had paid a person even, say, $18, and then they were able to pay for their children's clothing or children's food or something, don't you think you'll get more blessing from the universe that you took care of your vendor, you paid them fairly so they did not have to stress? I know this is not accounting, but it's something that I'm beginning to think that business owners need to know that everybody at the table has to win. Yes, you can both win. You can both walk away as a winner. Yes, you lose a little bit, but you lose a little bit and keep the other party happy. I watched something about on Zig Ziglar when he was alive, and I think the video is still on YouTube somewhere. And he said, you have to treat people fairly. You've got to. Because if you don't, nobody will want to do business with you. You know, they will do with you if they have no other choice. And the same goes for your employees. Yes, win-win. Absolutely. Because your employees, they have a choice. They can go somewhere else. Maybe they will be with you temporarily because they have no choice, nowhere to go. But believe me, when they have the opportunity of somebody who will treat them fairly and treat them with respect, they will leave in a heartbeat. And all the training you've given them, all the time that you've spent with them will go to waste because you did not treat them fairly. I'm coming back to the employees. When you have employees and you have the opportunity to offer them retirement planning, like a retirement plan, so they can save for their future, and you don't do it because you don't want to spend their money. If you can afford it, I say offer it to them. They will have a peace of mind knowing that you are taking care of them, you are thinking of their future. Again, I watch a lot of YouTube, so you can tell. There was an episode on there on George Jefferson, that the Jefferson Show, where Florence, the housemaid, was upset because she found out that she was not in the retirement plan of George Jefferson's cleaning business. She was very angry. She was ready to leave because she started wondering, what's going to happen to me when I retire? You know, so in the episode, in the end, George Jefferson showed them the plan that he has for her, and that she's going to be taken care of after she's 65, and then after that, until she dies. Right after that episode, after that talk, she was excited. She was happy. She knew that the employer was looking out for her. So set up retirement plan if you have the ability to. Help them save. And I say match them if you can. And if you can't match them, encourage them to put money. By you matching, it will actually encourage them, even if you can match 1% or 2% of whatever they put in. All right, that will encourage them. If you don't match them, they probably may not be incentivized to do it. But if you match them, it will help them do it. The 401k, the SEP, or whatever plan that you have. Again, I did an episode on this last week or the week before. Check that out. Please set up retirement plan for them. The second thing for your employees is health insurance, especially in the United States. We have a health insurance crisis. You have people walking about with no health insurance. All right. They get either, until recently, they used to be penalized if they don't have health insurance. I say offer them health insurance. You can write it off through the business. So why not share in the benefit of them helping you growing your empire? I understand it will lead you, if you don't help for them, you will have a bigger bottom line, but that's fine. But you're going to be paying most of it in taxes anyway. And in return, you're going to have angry employees because they don't have health insurance and they're worried. I've got people leave jobs to go work for a place for less money because they give them health insurance. So cover your employees with a retirement, cover your employees with health insurance. And if they come to work and they have the peace of mind knowing that you are taking care of them, they will go extra mile for you. I'll say 10 extra miles for you. When a customer walks in, they will make sure the customer is happy so that this job will be there for them, so that they can save for their future in their retirement. They have health insurance. If somebody were to get sick, any of their family members will be taken care of if they get sick. The peace of mind. That's all I'm saying. Give your employees peace of mind. Cover them with health insurance, cover them with retirement, and any other fringe benefits that you can afford to give them. Gym membership, although that was a little sketchy, but look into that. But it depends on your area. But try and encourage your employees to do things to stay healthy. If you have healthy employees, like if it means you have to help them with diet planning or meal planning or eating healthy, if they are healthy, they're coming to work healthy, they call in less sick time, because sick time costs you money, believe me. If they don't show up, some places you have to pay them for the sick day that they're off, and you have to find somebody else to do the work. So make sure they know about nutrition. They know about proper nutrition. If you have to treat them at the office, don't go buy all those junk chocolates and stuff to treat them in the office. You bring in a vegetable tray. I know at the bank where I used to work, they used to hate me because if they tell me we have to bring stuff in, I'm always bringing a vegetable tray. I wouldn't even do fruits. I'll do vegetable tray, like it or not. It's a vegetable tray. Fit big tract walking comp. Yes, absolutely. Buy that for them. You can write it off, and then you encourage them to wear it to help them. There's something called Fitbit thing you can buy for them and have them wear it to help them keep active. On lunch hours, go for walks with them. You too, you have to stay healthy. So you all will be healthy. You come to the office healthy, and then you can serve your customers with all your will and with happiness. All right. I know I'm ranting, but I just want you to take care of your people, being your employees, your suppliers. And I'm not saying much about their customers, because when you have good, happy vendors, they give you good products. You treat your employees properly. They take their products, they do whatever they need to do it, they serve it to your customers properly, and then your customers will be happy. All right. Look at Southwest. I watched an interview of the founder one time, and he said the customer is not always right, because he treats his people right. So he knows his people will always do right by the customer. So yes, sometimes some of the customers can be hard to handle, but if you've trained your employees properly and you treat them well, they will go overboard to accommodate the customer, so that onlooker customers will see, oh, they treat their people very well, I'm going to keep coming here. All right. So it goes round, So all I want to say is treat your people well. So all this I'm saying is rinse and repeat. You can just, treat them well. They will treat your vendors. If you're on the phone ordering stuff, they will be friendly to your vendors, and so on and so forth. So I won't take too long today for this rant that I needed to get off my chest of people treating people right, so that you will end up with excellent product out there for your customers. And then you have a good customers, they will keep coming, they'll bring their family members, they bring their friends, and so therefore your bottom line will increase. Yes, we do easily forget. And this is something that even the cleaning person, my dad always told me, he said, if you are walking to a business and you see the cleaning person, you say, good morning, hello, good morning, how are you? Because if it wasn't for him, you'll be tramping in garbage while you're trying to get to your fancy office. The cleaning person, the janitorial staff, the the security guy, you greet them nicely. The doorman, you greet them nicely. Even Mr. Wonderful, I heard him say that. He said you have to treat everybody nice. The waiter at the restaurant who brings you your lunch, you treat them nicely, because I hear they can do stuff to your food. For me, I'm frightened of what they can do to my food. So I'm always nice. Everywhere I go, I try to be nice to people. So bottom line is you've got to be nice, because it pays to be nice. It pays tremendously to be nice. The opposite is doesn't pay as a business owner. I've been around a lot of multimillionaires and some billionaires at the moment, and I'm telling you, they are some of the nicest people that you will ever encounter. And the reason why they are at that level is because they treat everybody nice. Yes, some of them may be, nasty sometimes, but nice, like Mark Cuban said, nice is good. You have to be nice to people, and no wonder he's a billionaire. All right. So if you are aspiring to, go into business for yourself or working for somebody, my little advice today is please be nice to everyone that you see. So anybody got questions for me? I'll hang out for a few minutes. Okay, so I don't see any more questions or any comments here. So with that, I'm going to wrap up so we can all get back to being nice to everybody. I'll talk to you soon next week. If I don't get to you next week, because I'll be on the road next week. So if I don't make it in here, I'll say I'll see you the following week. In the meantime, be nice and have fun, and love you all always. Mwah.